Okay, welcome to part 10 of our playthrough of Walden. We stopped by the lake shore and we were trying to figure out in the end of the last playthrough where the next surveying job is. What I thought was a chopping log where you could earn money near us right here is actually the next surveying job. We're going to head up to it. And what we're going to do on the first day of late summer is complete this surveying job and then start a trek around the lake. Already see the red color coming into the white oak trees here. And some of the yellow coming into the other trees around us. Okay, let's keep going in this direction. Okay, I can see the surveying equipment from here. Standing near that solitude cairn gave us some inspiration, and I can already see an arrowhead shining off in the distance there in the direction that we're headed. I mean, I feel like so many more little passages will open up, more arrowheads be available if we were able to go through more of the game inspired.
Who has not sometimes derived an inexpressible satisfaction from his food in which appetite had no share? I have been inspired through the palate that some berries which I had eaten on a hillside had fed my genius. He who distinguishes the true savor of his food can never be a glutton. He who does not cannot be otherwise.
Handy stop here where we can pick up some boards. Damn, our house is in the green. Stop and pick up some sumac on the way. Keep our food supplies going. Okay, we have finished that surveying job. And we'll make our way back. Okay, how close are we? Yeah, we're not far from the entrance to Concord here. Actually, I think what we should do is go up by the railroad and stop in town and check the mail, since we have not yet done that today. See if anything new is available. And then on the way out, we can swing down and just make sure that the beans are growing and are in their growing phase and don't need to be weeded. I'm fairly sure that's the case. But, let's see. Oops, we're going in the wrong direction. Let's see. It's kind of 50-50 now whether or not we just keep going this way and go by our bean field on the way. So, we'll just do that. Look at this guy. I have not ever seen a partridge outside of that little arrowhead that we ran into. What is a country without rabbits and partridges? They are among the most simple and indigenous animal products, ancient and venerable families known to antiquity as to modern times. How cool. I've never run into the partridge in the wild in all of the many times I've played this game. That's neat. I thought it was one of those animals you could only encounter in a kind of cutscene. Here's quite a bit more of that Pennsylvania sedge. Alright, approaching the cabin from an unfamiliar angle. We'll just continue on this way to our bean field. Yeah, it looks like we're in that phase where the plants are just still growing. So yeah, it'll be today is the growing phase, and then tomorrow is the flowering phase, again, which we need to do nothing in. And then the day after that, we'll need to harvest them, or they will wither away and be no good. So, pretty sure on the last day of late summer, we'll be able to harvest this batch. You know what? Sorry to backtrack, but I want to check and see if anybody has been by the cabin while we were away as well. Since we did not start there this morning, I just want to make sure. Check one thing real quick. Okay, no one has. So, I was told that the first mission from Alcott comes on during late summer, so I was checking to see if maybe Alcott had been by and left a note about that. However, I'm thinking it may be the case that those missions that he gives out are really bound to a specific to your first playthrough and are missable. I don't think you have a chance to do those just any old, the following year if you didn't see the letter. So, which makes sense. I appreciate that actually. But at least it seems to be the case. He hasn't left the letter yet. It's possible it still could be. The mission would be available the next day or two, but every once in a while when I'm walking around I feel like I see a little glimmer of arrowheads. I think the best possible way you can find them is to get really inspired and then walk around at night. So that the highest number of them appears, and also they're the easiest to spot because of the glimmer. One thing is I would like to find more birds, in the trees or flying around than we have. It was really neat that we saw the screech owl. We've happened to catch, a hummingbird zipping by, which felt really lucky, and a song sparrow flying overhead, a black-capped chickadee a few times. But I'd like to see if we can spot more of them. Nothing to do at the Thoreau house. Stop over to the post office. Okay, we have another surveying job. This time we're surveying several coves of Walden Pond for development of commercial ice harvesting areas. This one's actually going to pay $3, a bit more. Still no mail or updates about manuscript I sent in. So we'll just let that go for now. You hear the crickets, so the day is winding down. We got another arrowhead over here.
Have not men improved somewhat in punctuality since the railroad was invented? Do they not talk and think faster in the depot than they did in the stage office? To do things railroad fashion is now the byword. Interesting.
We got an entry for the horse. Certainly no nation that lived simply in all respects, that is, no nation of philosophers, would commit so great a blunder as to use the labor of animals. I should never have broken a horse or bull and taken him to board for any work he might do for me, for fear I should become a horseman, or a herdsman merely. I just unlocked the achievement called Townie. When you spend an accumulated 1 hour in town, you'll get that one. So throughout our first year and this little extra, we've been here for an hour. Don't see any other arrowheads laying out right now. See if we can spot any on the railroad while we're out here and it's darker. There's the ice pile. And we can see the next surveying job. Here's the bullfrog and the owl. Let's see where we are on the map. Okay. So the next cove down from where our cabin is. Alright, so what we're going to do tomorrow is the full run around Walden Pond. We're going to do some surveying as we go around, and we're also going to be collecting those mud turtle eggs. But I am going to wake first at the cabin, so I can check again to see if there will be any deliveries from Alcott. If not, we'll give up on that for this playthrough, and like I mentioned, just keep an eye out in late summer for the first of his deliveries on your original playthrough. There should be a total of 4 deliveries that you'll need to make for the abolitionist achievement altogether.
All the shore rang with the trump of bullfrogs, the sturdy spirits of ancient wine-bibbers and wassailers, though their voices have waxed hoarse and solemnly grave. Trunk, trunk, trunk.
Pick some wild strawberry. And again, I think we should be good on the bean field during the next day, just because they're in their flowering phase. So that'll be covered for the day while we take our tour of the pond. Check our entries here. Alright, and we'll go back to our cabin. Alright, chop a little bit of wood here real quick, just so that that's off the screen for now. Alright, we got enough wood. Get that maxed out. Yeah, there's no letter from Elcott, so as I said, the abolitionist missions are bound to your first playthrough, it looks like. Now that we're fully rested, we are going to go out and start our journey. So, if you're looking for this last stage of Agassiz, the turtle eggs, you're going to be looking for 7 in total around the pond. 3 in the north, 3 in the south, and 1 on the east side of the pond.
To anticipate not the sunrise and the dawn merely, but if possible, nature herself. How many mornings, summer and winter, before yet any neighbor was stirring about his business, have I been about mine?
My best advice for looking for the turtle eggs is to walk right along the shore where the water meets the land, and just, don't go too far inland. You can't really go too far out into the water; you'll stop. But stay right along the water line here, and then just keep an eye out. And it's pretty difficult to miss most of them. But what you're looking for is a little nest. We'll see an example pretty shortly. There'll be some white eggs in it. Whoops, didn't mean to go fishing. I want to grab that arrowhead.
I thought, as I have my living to get, and have not eaten today, that I might go a-fishing. That's the true industry for poets. It is the only trade I have learned.
Goes the mink again. Some bullfrogs there in the water again.
For hours in fall days, I watched the ducks cunningly tack and veer and hold the middle of the pond, far from the sportsmen. They would sometimes circle round and over the pond at a considerable height, from which they could easily see to other ponds in the river, like black motes in the sky. Ah, the pickerel of Walden. I'm always surprised by their rare beauty. They possess a quite dazzling and transcendent beauty which separates them by a wide interval from the cadaverous cod and haddock whose fame is trumpeted in our streets. They are not green like the pines, nor gray like the stones, nor blue like the sky, but they have, to my eyes, if possible, yet rarer colors, like flowers and precious stones, as if they were the pearls, the animalized nuclei or crystals of the Walden water.
Okay, so this is what these are going to look like. We come up on our first one. Once you can spot those eggs in the nest, pick that up and we'll get $2 for every one we find. Again, stay right along the shore as you look for each one. So that's one of the 3 that's on the sort of, I guess, the northern part of Walden Pond. There's 3 along the south and 1 on the east. But basically, you'll find all 7 if you just make a ring around the pond. They're pretty evenly spaced out as well. So you won't find like too close together or anything. If you haven't seen one in a while, keep a sharper eye out.
The blue flag grows thinly in the pure water, rising from the stony bottom all around the shore, where it is visited by hummingbirds in June.
Oh, look at that!
And the color, both of its bluish blades and its flowers, and especially their reflections, is in singular harmony with the glaucous water.
Man, I almost ran right into that hummingbird. Very cool, man. And the hummingbird is like one of the most exciting things in nature for me to encounter. I get so excited when I see them. Right, so as we come along here, we're kind of back to where we were yesterday, and we can see the flag and the surveying equipment to survey the coves. So we can kind of do two tasks at once here. Do some surveying and some egg hunting. Let's see where the next one is. Okay. Yeah, I believe they go in this counterclockwise direction that we're walking right now. It'll be convenient as we go around. I'll get some inspiration here. There are a pile of stones, so maybe we can find an extra arrowhead or two. Sandbar willows and cattails, maple saplings. Still haven't run into our next eggs yet, but I see a surveying flag here. Spot the equipment. A bit further down here. Hopefully I haven't passed it. I think it's down by the boat. Yep. Alright, let's do a little surveying. Okay, check, make sure the next one is in the next cove. And I think we're getting pretty close to our next eggs. So keep a really good eye out for those. Again, just walk along the shore here and look closely. There they are. $2 more for those. Our arrowhead here.
Now that the cars are gone by and all the restless world with them, and the fishes in the pond no longer feel their rumbling, I am more alone than ever.
Hummingbird liking to visit the blue flag. For a minute there, I thought it might have been a dragonfly, and I was like, I've never seen a dragonfly in this game. But it was the hummingbird. I can't recall that I've seen a dragonfly anyway. Alright, the flag for surveying here. I see our equipment down the other side of the cove. Here are the crickets, so it looks like we're going to be breaking this into 2 days for sure. And of course, when we get back, we'll have to, tomorrow during the day, we'll have to go up and harvest our beans.
I have sometimes disturbed a fishhawk sitting on a white pine over the water, but I doubt if it is ever profaned by the wind of a gull, like Fairhaven.
There was a mention of a fishhawk, but I don't actually see it. Swimming out in the water, there's a mink. Oh.
Interesting.
We got an entry for dead twig, but we couldn't get one for the water lily. I think that's what it said was, yeah. You may tell by looking at any twig of the forest, aye, at your very woodpile, whether its winter is past or not. Can't get the water lily, but I got a twig. Alright. There's still white birches. Yeah, it got dark seemingly pretty fast today. There goes the hummingbird still flying over the water. How cool. And look at that, I'm about to pass some eggs because I'm so distracted by the hummingbird. $2 more there. I'll show on the map the location of that one. So we have collected 3 now, we have 4 more to go. The next one's very close to that surveying mark on the map, the $sign that you can see there, where we're headed. It's really too bad that with all the city lighting and light pollution that we can't, everywhere we all live, we can't see the Milky Way like they would have been able to see it in the 19th century. Some people may never have a chance to see it in their lives. Really think about the disk of our galaxy and where we are in it. It's just such a fun kind of thought experiment to imagine our entire solar system as part of this, an arm of this spinning galaxy. What plant is this? That's dogwood. No, we don't want those berries. I say we could stop for some food along the way. And we found our next eggs. Almost stumbled right over them again. And pretty close to where we are, we should find the surveying as well. Just down in that next cove. So we're going to camp out here for the night. And finish the second half of Walden Pond tomorrow. So we can take a look at our entries. Okay, we're gonna wake where we are and continue on our way. Alright, I see the surveying equipment up here. Also see an arrowhead shining over there, which I might be able to grab. This story early on in Henry's journal about he and his brother, they go for a walk, and he says, he's soliloquizing basically, and he sort of says, like, an ancient nation dwells right here, or whatever, and you could find their arrowhead right here, or whatever, and he just sort of points, and lo and behold, there's an actual arrowhead there. And alright, so it looks like our next surveying for Walden Pond is actually way back up by the cabin. So we just have 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3 more.
I believe that water is the only drink for a wise man. Wine is not so noble a liquor. And think of dashing the hopes of a morning with a cup of warm coffee, or of an evening with a dish of tea.
Well, alright, dashing the hopes of the morning with a cup of coffee, or of evening with a cup of tea. I mean, man, that's an opinion. Some of the most inspired you can be is with a cup of coffee in the morning, honestly. Although I do drink decaf now, it's still... it's partly the ritual, right, and the warmth of having a warm drink. Studies have shown that you're, I don't know, just in a better mood when you have a warm drink, right? It's science. Some purslane here. Pick some of that before we starve to death. And speaking of picking, I'm gonna have to make sure our food meter is full up before we get back to the bean field to make the most money again. But I also want to get just enough food so that we can go sprinting back. Alright, check the map here. Alright, so we got another egg coming up very soon. Here it is. $2 more. And now we've got our final 2 along the north shore of the pond, on our way back to the cabin. It's nice to do this in the broad daylight, so they're a little easier to spot. Be a little trickier by lantern light at night.
Shall I go to heaven or a-fishing? If I should soon bring this meditation to an end, would another so sweet occasion be likely to offer? I was as near being resolved into the essence of things as ever I was in my life.
Okay, there's our next eggs. Did we just pass the fire? Yeah, we did. There's another one a little further down here. Let's say we're getting tired quick. Hummingbird again. Can actually hear him too. I think I'm hearing the American robin. Yeah. Some other fire that we can stop to rest at so we can do a bit more sprinting. Oh, Emerson's in the way, I guess.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
See where we're at on the map. Okay. Not much farther to pick up our very last collectible for Agassi. And there it is. $2 more. See, our total now has come up to $81.67. Holy cow. We're rich. Alright. Red squirrel friend again. Apparently lives over in this area. And our surveying job continues here. Just to make sure that we give ourselves enough time. There's a mother mallard with her chicks out there. We're going to come back for the last bit of the surveying, just because I don't want to risk this day running short, as we're picking beans and we have to stop and grab all of our food and everything on the way. So we're going to head up here. Just check the cabin real quick. No visitors. Alright. Grab some sumac. Well, you know, we'll mix it up a little bit. We'll grab some sumac and some huckleberry. Okay. Full meter now, which means when we go to pick the beans, we'll be able to make the highest amount of profit from them. And let's see, 8209. So, okay, so yeah, you make a decent amount here. 21 cents. 20 cents a piece. Okay. It adds up to at least a decent amount. It's not going to push us over the $100 yet. And even when you do reach $100, if you're trying for this achievement, you're gonna find out that it's a pretty universal experience among players. Looks really nice when we started pulling some of them, and there's still these nice rows. That when you get to $100, it will not trigger exactly then. You will have to earn more than that, and it seems a little bit different for each person. There's no like exact set amount, but it is over 100 anyway. And my clothes are in the red now too. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to deal with being tired. This is challenge mode. Alright, let's see what we've made so far. 89, 83. Take this slowly. The crickets have started singing. If we get lucky, we'll collect the last of these beans just in time so that we don't pass out before the day ends. And this will end our playthrough of our second late summer at Walden and our second bean field harvested. Okay. We're really gonna need to fix our clothes as soon as we get a chance. Pretty threadbare. But just before the day ends, I get rested here. And we're gonna run down to the shore, pick up our surveying equipment here. Survey across the pond this way. And then run back. This is the only time I think we have to do a little backtracking. And then back around to this side of the cove. Survey in this direction. Okay. And with that, that is the last surveying of Walden Pond that you have to do. Nice that it ends close to home. And with that, I got the Surveyor trophy. So for completing all of the surveying jobs, and we got paid for that as well. So now our grand total comes to $95.50. We're very close to 100, but as I said, we're going to have to exceed 100 a bit in order to actually get the achievement. And then we'll be able to pick up a few more by spending things in the next episode. So we'll wind this day down, and we'll see you again in episode 11 if you're following along. And just to end the day out, we'll patch up our very ragged clothes. Okay, very few entries for today. We added no new species this episode of Late Summer. We've been too busy tying up all of our odd jobs, but we made it to page 114 in our journal. And thanks again for joining. We'll close up our journal. We'll wake, this time I think we're going to wake in Concord. And we'll check and see if any mail has come in for us. Wake at the Toro home in Concord in early fall. And thanks again for watching.